Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Movies Are Real for March and April 2025. Hello there. It's been a while. Well, I guess by the time you're listening to this, the best of we're already gone up. But hello there. 2025. We're back at it, folks. I'm George. I'm here with Ryan Lance, the most 2025 guy around.
I love watching movies in the year 2025. I love watching television shows in the year 2025.
Fuck that.
Oh, no.
Carrie Lyles, hello.
Hi, I'm watching one show right now, and it's called The Rehearsal.
Oh,
yeah, I need to watch that.
We need to talk about
really
that
fun.
after this.
Really
all I saw with the Paramount Plus thing.
Oh, that was crazy.
So
This last episode was just like, my mouth was aghast and open for like 20 minutes. It was just shocking.
When Greg got home from work, I told him it was the best episode of television I'd ever seen, and he was like, okay.
Here's the thing, you're actually right, and that's the scariest part.
But yeah, we're here to talk about motion pictures in the year of our Lord 2025. We're here to talk about March and April. There has been some films that have come out. That's what I gotta say. One of those is Mickey 17, a movie that in the time we saw in theaters and it's now out physical. And it didn't do so well. But this is a nice movie. This is the next movie from Bong Joon-ho that was been in a stasis forever because Warner Brothers was just holding it and not sure when to release it. As if somehow that would have, I guess, changed its fate because it's a weird movie. It's a weird movie. Got Robert Pattinson here. Got Steven Yeun, Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette, Naomi Ackie as the partner of Mickey. Yeah, this is a movie where Robert Pattinson plays a clone man, a man who signed up to go on this expedition. He is cloned. He's a disposable human being. Mm-hmm. When we need a job, but we're like, you're gonna die out there. We send Mickey to go do it, and he does a job, and he loves it. He does not mind dying at all. He does not ask him about it. He loves it. But then one of his clones turns out the last one didn't die, and now there's two of them. And there's these little cute little guys out there out in the wild, and we get Mark Ruffalo plays it's a Trump-esque character. What? He's a Trump-esque character.
That blew right over my head. I don't know about you.
And he doesn't like the little cute guys, and he's gonna kill them all. And Toni Collette wants to make a sauce out of them.
Hell yeah.
And that's
he's a failed like Congress,
yes,
like senator type of person, and he decides, and he's a billionaire.
Yeah,
we're getting somewhere. I think it's an analogy.
Yeah.
So he takes his ship full of people to start a new life on a new planet where he's the ruler.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And yeah. So all that to say that this is a very out there concept for a movie. And yeah, I thought this was a fun time. But it is it's definitely not the, I don't know what Warner, again, this is Bong Joon-ho's Fuck You American movie. Mm-hmm. I don't know what Warner Brothers expected out of this, because this is a strange movie where Robert Pattinson makes a really funny voice, and there's these like weird little guys, and Steven Yeun is a fucking dickhead. Yeah, it's fun. It's silly,
I imagine they gave like Warner Bros. Had a lot of change in guard the last few years.
That's true. The person who signed the contract was
was just like, Bong Joon-ho, you just won the Oscar. Do whatever you want. And he's like, what about this sci-fi book? And it's like, oh my god, yes, our Star Wars, finally. I'm assuming that's what happened. And then they saw the finished product and they were like, oh.
Make another Dune TV series maybe instead. Yeah. I don't know. I thought this was fun though.
This is a very fun movie, and I like its ideas that it was going with. I need to see it again just because it's been so long now. But it was, it's still just such a talent from this director, and Robert Pattinson is again giving some crazy wild performances. Mm-hmm. He is one of the many twin roles of this year.
I guess that's true.
And is definitely up there for some of the better ones. Which is hard to say because I think all the movies with twin roles have been like really good this year.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Carrie, what'd you think of this?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it more than I thought I would, just because I'm usually not the most in on sci-fi stuff. But there was enough like of the weird ass characters that I was really able to latch onto, like Robert Pattinson, and I really, really enjoyed everything that Toni Collette was doing. Yeah. She was cracking me up. But
I love sauce.
It's it's not like a Star Wars where it's like big and
Definitely
grandiose.
not.
It's pretty much just on this one ship.
yeah.
With occasionally they go down to this horrible ice planet where they're like, yeah, this is gonna be our new home. It's like, oh, I don't know about that, you guys. And I do like sci-fi movies like that you know, are taking just this one piece as opposed to trying to be a bunch of stuff, because it just really gets you into that world of all these people living on this crappy spaceship where Robert Pattinson keeps dying and everyone's like, yeah, it's fine. He loves it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to look.
The AC is on and his favorite music is played. He loves being cloned.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up right now what the budget for this movie was. But my thing with it is, like, other than the name is attached, it's not like this is a heavy, big-ass sci-fi epic. It's pretty contained to this rinky-dink little spaceship, and then we go outside and it's snowing, and then there's these little cute little guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that, again, I wanted to look, because I feel like I looked up what the budget for this was, and I was like, that's not that bad. And I don't know what you expected, because it wound up making close to $200 million. So you had a budget of $118 million. So there's your problem. That's a very expensive, weird sci-fi movie. That's on you, Warner Brothers. I don't know what to tell you.
But thank you.
That's
Still do appreciate
that's
it.
that's on you. That's on you. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Bong's other films, actually, other than Parasite. I haven't seen Members of Murder. I haven't seen Snowpiercer. I haven't seen Okja. Yeah, I haven't seen most of his.
Those are all bangers.
Yeah. But I feel like this one's probably lower on the list of all his stuff.
Probably. I need to do a big rewatch. I've seen a fair amount of his movies.
I've seen Memories of Murders. I like that a lot. I've seen The Host. I remember
that
liking
one.
that.
Yeah, that one's cool. I haven't seen Mother.
I did not like Snowpiercer when I watched it, just because that was just like every train car. They're on the train, and just like it felt like every car of the train or whatever it's called was just like, here's the new bit for the next 20 minutes. And it's like, that's funny, but I don't know.
It was about class structure, Ryan. I don't know if you caught
that one right over my head. I got so much Bitcoin, baby. I got no idea what you mean by that.
It's got Tilda Swinton in it.
It does. It's been a while since I've seen it. I'd be open to watching it again.
So the thing, so Snowpiercer was made on a budget of $40 million, and I feel like that's the kind of money you would spend on this movie. I don't know. Whatever. Again, I'm not Warner Brothers. Again, whoever signed off on $100 million, whatever. But all I would say, like, it's not that. This isn't like Bong got to do a huge fucking movie with all this money.
Maybe it's just because like they don't do those medium-sized movies anymore.
Oh no, they don't.
Just do the big or the tiny stuff. So it's
100%.
Well,
we have two buckets we can fit you in. We can fund you for this super small amount of money, where we'll give you like a limited release and it'll be a Max original, or we'll put it on HBO for a bit, or it's $200 million and we got this huge marketing campaign. It's the same thing with video games right now. I tell you what, buddy. So yeah. But
again, I'm glad they did that. It's great when a weird little thing comes out from a big company.
But speaking about weird little things and huge movies, Plankton the movie came out on Twitter.com, and then it subsequently came out on Netflix.
That is true.
And somebody saw it here. Was that you, Ryan?
I did. I was curious of what it was. I'm sorry. I'll keep this quick. It's not very good. It just feels like a long SpongeBob episode where Plankton has a fight with his wife, Karen, who's like, I could take over the world better than you, and then she does very quickly. And then it's just, him apologizing to his wife.
See, that sounds like a great 24-minute episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah, an hour and a half, though, it drags. My main thing with this movie that still bothers me to this day is Karen, the robot lady, has her girls, her female friends. Her female friends who they
you would think.
Her female friends who they like hang out like once a week apparently to like, play games and talk about life is Sandy, Mrs. Puff, and Pearl. Also known as the three female characters on SpongeBob, who, like, you would think have nothing in common. And one of them is canonically a child.
That's true.
So it's very... the child of, like, the arch enemy of...
Yeah, that's true.
So that just blew my mind. Where it's like, oh, the girls are here. Like, it's us, the girls. And it's like, what? Since when? That's so strange.
Where's Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, and her mermaid magic.
That's true. But yeah, not good. I think I was just bored one night and I was like, you know what? Let's watch Plankton the movie, and then I did.
Great. That's fantastic.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Opus. This is a A24 release with Edibiri, John Malkovich, Juliette Lewis. I remember us talking about it when we were looking forward to the movies of March back in February, and I liked the posters, but I did not look into it anymore. Mm-hmm. Carrie, is it just you saw it? Ryan, did you see this?
We both saw it.
I saw it too, yes.
What's the vibe on this, Carrie?
I liked it. A lot of people are drawing comparisons to like Midsommar and stuff like that, but basically we have our main character is like a sort of mid-tier employee at this like online music journalism website, like a BuzzFeedy type place. I got the vibe. Maybe a little more highbrow than that. But,
I don't know what's left of media. So
yeah,
I
don't
say
know.
Yeah,
but this musician who has been long dormant named Moretti all of a sudden puts out like he like sends out PR baskets that he's like inviting people to come see his new album or come
before
listen to his new album
before it like gets released.
Comes out. And she gets an invite, and she's surprised by this because she isn't really like
she's
the boss. Her boss gets an invite, but she also gets an invite.
Yeah,
and so they meet up with some other music critics, other people in the music space, and they just are in this weird cult area. I made the joke that I assumed that this is what was going on in the desert with Jared Leto when he didn't know that COVID was happening.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a little disturbing.
Is it?
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I thought it was fine. It felt like I think of something like Blink Twice, which is like a similar type of thing where, you know,
go to an island.
Outsider goes to a remote area. They can't leave. They don't have access to the outside world. I know. I simply would not put myself in that position if I was there. That's what I would do. And then, you know, John Malkovich is all weird. All the cult people are all weird, and it's just like uncovering the mystery of like what's going on here, and also why he would invite her out of all people to be here. And just for me, the build up, like it was building up to something, but then the end result just felt like, okay, like it just felt like that's a little contrived that you would think that this exact situation would result from this. And then also it just wasn't super interesting to me, you know, because it's like, oh, I think they're doing this. Like, oh, that's crazy. And then it was just like exactly that with like no other like bonus weirdness to it. It was just exactly
pretty
what.
Straightforward.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very entertaining. Io's great, obviously. John Malkovich is very funny, does like all the singing and all the weird stuff.
The songs were kind of bumping.
Yeah, they were pretty good from like a 10,000-year-old man. So like it's pretty fun. It's definitely, you know, for this type of a movie, I don't know if it's like where it ranks among them, because you know this is like a type of thing, but it's fine. I don't know what else to say about it.
That seems like what a lot of people are like. Yeah, it's a movie.
It's fine.
It's film.
Mm-hmm. This is another one of those A24 movies. I'm like, this isn't gonna make any money, right? That's okay, cool, that's fine. I think because it had AO in it, it was like, that's cool.
Yeah,
but yeah, you know, $2 million. Not that great, but that's fine. Anyways, the Electric State. Ryan Lance continues to.
Yes.
For some reason, nobody makes him do this, folks. Just suck up
It's
that
all
Netflix
me.
slop. Delicioso. Joe and Anthony Russo are back with their unflinching, unemotive faces in their glasses.
Listen, they introduced the first canonically gay character to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Who was that?
Is
that the man at the meeting?
Yeah, and that was Joe Russo played.
Oh,
I know, right?
He's
awesome.
so brave.
He's so brave.
Okay.
What? Or maybe it was Anthony Russo. I don't know.
Who's the
Brothers.
man in the-
They were at like some emotional support meeting
For everyone who got snapped away, and there was a quick one-off line. I was like, and
my husband is gone. Or
yeah, and everyone clapped, and then the other half of the audience left because of wokeness ruining Marvel.
So you watch this shit.
So they have put out quite a since
The Gray Man.
Since they did like 2 of the most popular movies of all time. They've made a series of like
Cherry. Was that
they made
them?
Cherry right away. They made The Gray Man for Netflix, which was one of their biggest budget movies that no one saw, and then they made this, which was an even bigger budget movie that. Also, I don't think anyone saw, but also it's...
I feel like just by magnetism, people watch this movie.
Yeah.
I watched it just because I was reading a lot of stuff where people were just, like, frustrated and just, like, surprised that Netflix would just give a blank check like this away. Because it's such a big movie. It's about this alternate history world where robots are around... in around like the 80s and 90s, and there was a robot revolution, and now and there was, you know, the big fight with the humans and the robots, and now all the robots live in this Bad Batch-esque area in the desert, all by themselves, while the humans all do their own thing. But the humans also have these weird little... The robots are all sentient creatures, but the humans are able to put these helmets on to allow them to control a robot body and be like in control of it, but also their main body at the same time. It's very weird. A lot of the robots have this like old school, like pulp novel sci-fi design. And it's about a girl whose brother and parents die tragically, Millie Bobby Brown. And one day a robot comes and finds her, and it's like Bumblebee, where he can only talk through these weird like voice things and not like actors say anything. Just like, I think you're my brother. We gotta go on an adventure to find out where you are. And then they run into Chris Pratt and his best friend, who's a robot, who's voiced by Anthony Mackie. Coleman Domingo plays a random killer robot guy. You see his face. It's very strange looking. The weirdest and worst thing is Woody Harrelson plays Mr. Peanut, a robotic Mr. Peanut who is the leader of the robot resistance, and it's just the Planters Peanut. It's not like a new guy named Mr. Peanut. It's just he's Mr. Peanut. There's a walking Planters Peanut ad.
Wouldn't it be the weirdest pitch in the Planters HQ?
It's
Does
still
he die?
It's still so weird. And this movie is just like a mess of like all, you know, the big budget, you know, checklist of stuff. And it's all put on, you know, Chris Pratt is playing a Star-Lord. Millie Bobby Brown is playing her Netflix Mary Sue, perfect at everything, also smarter than everyone, Netflix, even though she's a child.
Millie Bobby Brown,
yeah. And just like, oh, you are not a good lead. Like
you're in Godzilla. Remember that?
I remember that. Yeah. And now that she's an adult, I can say I don't think you're a very good actor. I'm sorry, but this movie puts a lot on her, and just man, it's very flat.
Because she's the lead, right?
She is the main lead. Yeah, you can tell that. One of my favorite interviews of her is one where she says she doesn't like watching movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, wow, I can tell you don't like watching movies. You don't know what's going on here, do you? But yeah, it's just this whole, it's just everything you would think of, you know, iPhone bad type of thing with, you know, the big robot war at the end. And then at the very, very end, it ends with Millie Bobby Brown going on live TV and be like, hey guys, put your phone down and talk with your family, because family is all we have, and whatever. And it's just like, okay, that's... Imagine, like, hearing that from a child. I would be like, I'm going to be on my phone more now. You don't know my life. How dare you? But yeah, this movie sucks. It's bad. It's ugly and expensive and weird and fascinating at the same time. It's just crazy that Netflix has the money to make a movie so big but so uninspired that just got buried again on their service not even a week later.
Say what you will about Apple TV Plus. They have a good eye for quality, but they can't market for shit. I feel.
They have a good eye for shows. Their movies have been...
I guess that's true. They did do Ghosted. What about The Gorge? We haven't seen The Gorge.
Coda won Best Picture.
It did win Best Picture. Listen, I still have Apple TV Plus, and I keep thinking about watching The Gorge because it has Anya Taylor-Joy in it. It's like, I don't know if I...
The Gorge. Scott Derrickson, baby.
It is Scott Derrickson, yeah.
Yeah, come on. The guy. Oh, well... I don't know what to say about The Electric State.
No one knows what to say about it. Everyone in the world forgot about it. It's one of the most expensive movies ever produced.
And these guys are coming back for Secret Wars?
They're doing Doomsday and Secret Wars. It was originally supposed to be another director, but Marvel was like, let's just bring them back. And then I think there was like some rumors that they were annoyed that they did that after the reviews for The Electric State came out. It's like, well, maybe if we just... have Kevin Feige do this.
I feel like it's clear now that these guys are just guns for hire. Because I was looking at the letterbox. It's the same writer as those Marvel movies. It's the same directors, same producers. So it's clearly that someone at Marvel are the people who push them in the right direction. Because they can't do shit for shit, apparently, by themselves. So... I don't know. Anyone see Cherry? Does anyone remember the movie?
No,
Cherry?
I've not seen.
Holland.
Yeah, it was a Tom
Cherry?
Holland like serious movie about Tom Cherry. I don't know.
You heard about this?
But yeah, I feel like and there's a lot with the Marvel movies. You can tell like when the director is just like and like there's no problem with like just listening to your boss. Like I respect that, make that paycheck. But the better Marvel movies are when a director is kind of actually doing something.
Yes.
Like the Avengers movies are fine for what they are, but they are just spectacle stuff and just like cameos.
It is interesting. Like there's definitely a level of like the work for hire where like something like Thunderbolts, which I guess we can't talk about it, but there are movies in the milieu of Marvel. It's like okay, somebody had their own idea and they were actually good at it, so they let them do it, and it worked out fine. Or something like Brave New World, where it's all like, I don't fucking know, man, and no one's got the wheel. So it's just like, I don't know, do that. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Brave New World is definitely one of those. And Thunderbolts we'll talk about next episode, but I feel like maybe there was a bit more from that director on that one. And at least in terms of like what they were doing practically on that movie. But that's for next episode.
Anyways.
Ooh, Electric State.
Electric State, love it. Ash, baby. Ash, the new movie by Flying Lotus, which is a name I know for a fact I know about, but I can't remember anything they've done before. But this is also you got what's his name from
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul. There we go. We go to space, baby. We're on a mission to space, and I love to go on a mission to space where we have a very important job, and we found a weird thing. Oh no.
I'm going to put my face over it.
Exactly.
That's usually how it goes.
This is one of those movies, but it's very trippy and very colorful and very goopy as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Ash. Who wants to talk about Ash? Carrie?
I'll talk about Ash.
More like ass. Oh my god, we got him.
No, I enjoyed this movie quite a lot. We're basically following this character who we get some like, if I remember correctly, we get some of the dynamic with her and her crew, but then we have her waking up and everyone is gone and she's just trying to piece together what has happened. Mm-hmm. And Aaron Paul shows up and he's like, hey, something bad happened here. And so she's just trying to basically retrace her steps and figure out what happened with her mission, what's going on with this place that they're at. And some strange things happen. And I really enjoy the style of this movie. It's turned up to 11. It's really awesome. And I love neon lights. And I love bumping soundtracks. So there was... The point of this movie where I realized that I really enjoyed the style was when there was a song, like a really kinetic, like electric song that was going on, but it was synced up with an alarm that was going off on the ship. Like the alarm was in beat with the song. And I was like, this rocks. So... I enjoyed this movie quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. I remember Flying Lotus. I know him as a rapper. I was like, I know him. Yeah, that's right. Not as not very. I guess he did one of the VHS.
He did the one that was like the game show in '99, I believe.
I haven't seen it.
I don't remember that one.
I like that one.
What'd you think of this, man?
I did like this a lot. It is an Alien-like movie. But I enjoy seeing those. It's always fun to see, what another director is doing with that. My main thing is just like this is a Shudder movie, and you can kind of tell that sometimes Shudder's like, we want this type of movie, and you clearly like that type of movie and like are a little weird. Can you make that? And they're like, yeah, and like it happens, and it's like, oh, this is that movie, and that's awesome because that's what people like. That's just fun.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like you said, Carrie, soundtrack and all the colorful visuals were, help set this out apart from something like Life, the Ryan Reynolds one of the Ryan Reynolds.
I told you I like Life better, but
Whoa, okay.
I haven't seen it, so I guess I can't.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
I have a hard time
since I've
believing
seen that.
I'd enjoy anything with Ryan Reynolds in it. To be honest,
I think he's only in it for a little bit.
He's only in it for a little bit.
I think it's most.
Okay.
I think it's mostly
who's the other guy?
Jake Gyllenhaal. I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I think definitely has a lot of style. But I don't know. It just felt like it definitely felt like a practice in style and a practice in doing cool shit. But it didn't really resonate for me. And the whole story I wasn't really interested in. My favorite part of this movie was the very funny health droid, like little doctor droid. That was the best part.
Please rate your experience.
Yeah, the doctor droid was fun. But other than that, yeah, this movie has a lot of cool colors and a lot of great. It definitely has a vision for what it wants to do with its space horror movie, but a lot of it I thought was like kind of been there, done that. It's a lot of, it's very kind of John Carpenter-esque. It's a little, I don't know, not Mandy in terms of theme, but it's going for some sort of Mandy-esque color out of trippiness, yeah. Yeah, this is a fine Shudder watch, I guess.
If you like the look of the poster, you'll probably
walk out with. You'll probably
like,
well, that was interesting.
Yeah,
that's what happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. There's nothing. It doesn't drag out too long either. It kind of gets in and out. But yeah, it's a fine film. It's fine.
I will say there's a part in this movie where someone is in a mech suit, and their mech suit is on fire, and they walk up to a wall-mounted fire extinguisher and punch it to extinguish themselves. And I was like, that's one of the hardest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's very good.
That was incredible.
That replayed in my head as you were saying that. That was
amazing.
That was a very music video ass like let's go guys, let's go.
The Woman in the Yard. This is probably the movie we were the most excited about from February.
You're right.
The Woman in the Yard, folks. Blumhouse is The Woman in the Yard. There's this woman.
Oh no! Where is she?
She's in the yard.
What?
What's she doing there?
And she's all like, "Today's the day."
Tell her we don't call 911 around here.
Pretty much, actually. And then
you ever drive through a small town and you see those signs on people's houses?
Someone in my parents' neighborhood has
those signs. I love that in a suburban neighborhood. That's so
I know,
crazy.
right? My dad, when they first put that sign up, my dad and I drove past it, and he was like, "What?" he was like, "Grandma's having a heart attack. Get the gun. We don't call 911 here."
For more context, it's important for the themes of the movie, actually, which is not the most Blumhouse movie. We walked in going like, this looks like some nonsense, and it is a little bit some nonsense, but it's got a point or a vision. So specifically, we have this black family here who lives kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's like a farmhouse, but not
a fixer-upper house. Like the vision of it becoming a bed and breakfast.
Yeah. It's out in the countryside, a little bit out of the way. As you obviously stay the night. You have a nice little dainty time. But the father/husband passed away unexpectedly, and the mother is currently still recovering she was in the car accident, and she's still recovering, so she's not mobile. And also there is no one making money in the household right now, so they're like no power, no water, or whatever, and a lot of the responsibilities also fall on the oldest child, who is a middle school age son. He has a little sister, I can't remember. It's like elementary school, maybe, if even.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
Maybe,
learning.
Like
She's learning spelling.
Or
so.
no, yeah,
you're right.
not fourth grade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I'm still learning spelling a lot of days, so there's never a bad
Maybe
time.
Like second or first
Yeah.
grade.
So that's the setup, and we get this woman in the yard, and it's like, man, she's like, this, like, what's she doing out there?
There's a woman in the yard.
For the most part, she's kind of hanging out over there. She kind of gets a little bit closer, but largely, it's the mom is not doing so great. And that's kind of the whole bit of the movie that I did not see coming, where it's like a lot of this mother dealing with a lot of stuff on top of the paranoia. On top of it is actually a ghost woman in the yard, but yeah, it's a little.
There's a physical ghost and there's some metaphorical.
There's a
ghost.
metaphorical ghost, exactly.
Yes.
There's a metaphorical woman in the yard, literally.
I hate when that happens.
Carrie, what do you think of this?
I liked this movie, but also this movie really, really depressed me and sent me into a really bad mental space that I did not need to be, because I was already in a bad mental space.
Did you get to see your own woman in the yard?
Yeah, my woman in the yard was like, she passed me on the road on the way home, and I was like, oh, great. But,
it's like, turn around. I don't know where you live.
But, yeah, so that's a me problem. But I just, the movie was cool. It had a lot of stuff that, I really enjoyed the mechanics of, like, especially it did a lot of work with the shadows and stuff.
Yeah, that stuff was cool.
I really enjoyed that. And I love ghosty ghost stuff. But I think it just was much more dour and bleak than I was expecting.
It is not
which
the kind
is not
of movie.
the movie's fault.
It is not Night Swim. It is not Night
expecting
It's
Night
not
Swim.
imaginary. It's not. And I haven't seen what the the audience score for this movie would be. Because I would imagine a lot of people also maybe walking out and being like, "Oh, that was like
Yikes!"
The Babadook kind of,
Yeah.
but not up that level. It's a little messy. It doesn't really. Its metaphor is a little. And mostly, it's like when you have like a cup of water or like a cup of coffee that's like pretty much to the rim, and you spill a little bit around. You still have some there in your cup. But you might you could have done it a little bit more elegantly. I know, Ryan, you kind of have some problems with this movie.
Yeah, I really did not like this movie. It comes to like two things. One, like Harry was saying, the woman in the yard, like they kind of develop some supernatural powers that she has with, shadows and stuff. But it just felt like in terms of that aspect of the movie, which is the more like classical horror stuff, ghosty stuff, they didn't commit to it because as the movie went on, they're like, forget about that. Here's a bunch of other weird powers she could do that are just now relevant. It's like, okay, that's a little annoying. And then when the reveal of when it really got into like what the metaphor was, I was like, I don't think you're doing a great job explaining this, buddy. And then like it kept going and kept like nailing down it, and I was like, I kind of really fucking hate you. This is not, at least to me, the way I would approach this subject, because it just feels very like hopeless, and like I like a good hopeless movie, but the movie also has to be good. I don't know how else to explain it.
It's a little messy.
It's very messy, and it just doesn't have a lot else to like prop up that messiness to make it be more approachable.
It needed some editors.
Yes. And plus there was like a lot of the like, it just felt very it felt like one of those frustrating horror movies with, the mom has crutches the whole time. So anytime even though she's like our protagonist and she's the one moving, she's literally like stumbling to go everywhere. So it's just like, it takes forever for anything to feel like it's happening. And I know that's purposeful, but then when it leads up to me being annoyed, it's like, you've wasted my time there. I'll say, like, I think both of the kid actors were pretty solid.
I thought the son was awesome.
For what they were given, the son was the perfect amount of, like, middle school, annoyed,
you can see where he's coming from.
You can see where he's coming from, and he wants to, like, take action.
Yeah.
Because he knows...
He's not a bad kid. He's just frustrated.
Yes. And he's trying to do what he thinks his dad would do, which is great. And the little girl is just, just a nice little girl.
Yeah.
no issues with that. So kids were fine.
Yeah.
Again, the end of this movie just was like, I was at a point where I was like, they're not really gonna just do this, right? And then I was like, oh, they're just gonna do that. Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, I think
I will kill myself today. Thank you, movie.
I think with an editor, a really good editor at the writing portion of it, like just the script itself before you went to Jason.
Just some cleanup.
Just clean it up. I think you would have had a fucking great movie, like a fantastic movie.
Because having a movie with a bummer ending, like those are getting more popular with like an Ari Aster type of thing. But like, I don't know if Jason Blum has the chops to pull that off.
Well, he's definitely gonna give you the check, but he's not gonna give you the editor unless you ask for it.
Yeah,
like I'll give you the rope to do. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Again, but yeah. So that's the thing. That's what's frustrating. This is like a 3, 2.5 that could have been a 4 if you really got really roughed out the kinks in the writing process of it. Because I think the actress is good, the setting is good, the kids are great. Like everything here.
Poster was good.
Yeah,
poster was good.
Yeah, everything about it. Yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting movie for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's. I'm glad I saw it. Because it is a very interesting curio and like the black horror history of like, here's this wound. Like they're going for something here. Mm-hmm. It's a little messy, but they kind of get there.
Yeah.
And it's not often that, again, somebody took Jason Blum's money and tried to make a thinky horror movie.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't blame a single person for taking that man's money.
Yeah. I always love the idea of someone Trojan horsing something a little more interesting into something that would be cookie cutter. I just wasn't personally mentally ready.
And you just showed like, no, there's a woman in the yard, Jason. You put a poster out there. It's like, that's fucking amazing. Brilliant. I love it.
Brilliant.
Let's go. Great. I'm gonna go Megan 2. We're gonna let everyone use their phones.
Oh my god.
What ended up pissing me off like the salt on the wounds was just like the ending happened. Then it was like, if you need help, call this hotline. It's like
I didn't.
But you gave me the opposite advice 10 seconds ago. What is wrong with you?
I didn't need that number before I watched this movie today.
Yeah, it's
my god.
It's a thing. Anyways, that's The Woman in the Yard. It's maybe check that. It is an interesting one. Maybe check it out. It's interesting.
We're the only podcast that sounds like you should check out The Woman in the Yard.
It's not. You might not like it.
It is interesting.
It's an interesting movie.
I think if you go in with knowing that it's not just silly woman in the silly yard, then you're like more prepared.
Just like be prepared for the discussions of suicide that are not coming from someone who has been suicidal before. At least that's how it felt to me.
Yeah. Anyways, Death of a Unicorn. Jen Ortega, Paul Rudd, Will Poulter, Richard E. Grant, Tay Leone. They're all here, folks. I did not see Death of a Unicorn. But Paul Rudd runs over a unicorn. And stuff happens. Yeah. Ryan?
Yes, Paul Rudd and his daughter, Jen Ortega, are on their way to his boss's estate for like some...
So he also works for pharmaceutical thingy?
Yes, he's like a vice president type of thing.
Right, and they're gonna like mitigate some...
Yeah, and this is like...
some collab
and this is some big thing for him to like move up in the company. His wife, Jen Ortega's mother, has passed away, and then on the way they hit the unicorn. They don't know what to do with it, so they put it in their car.
Tommy Boy style. And then while they're there, the unicorn bursts out. Everyone freaks out, and they shoot it and kill it. And they're like, "Oh, I think we just killed a unicorn." And because it's like a pharmaceutical place, they have like some testing and some lab stuff. So they do some things on. It's like, this unicorn has some weird stuff in it where it can cure all the diseases ever. Mm-hmm. And then it's just the exploration of their, these pharmaceutical people's greed of trying to get as much out of this unicorn as possible, while Paul Rudd is trying to balance what he feels like he should do for company and how his daughter feels, which is like, this is an animal and we should not be messing with this magical creature.
Jenna Ortega is looking at ancient scrolls being like, there's a prophecy about a town killing a unicorn.
And they're like, think of the prophets though, baby. Think of the prophets. This movie is like so many movies of this year. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's fine.
The metaphor, very literal, very literal of corporate greed and abuse of wildlife and all that stuff. It's very like ham-fisted, like this is about this, and it's like I know, but maybe there might be a lot of idiots watching this who might need that extra push to like, oh, don't abuse things for corporate greed. I get it now. Carrie, you want to share your stuff before I get into our weird theater experience?
Yeah, I mean, I thought this movie was fine. I'm probably never going to watch it again or never really think that much about it again. The unicorn design looked cool. I enjoyed it. Did.
They did some interesting stuff with it.
It looked like a unicorn that would be painted on the side of a black metal van.
Yes.
It was dope.
Is it a weird insult to say that I think this feels like a movie that's going to do very... Like, it feels like a movie put out by a streamer, a little bit. Like, just by the star power and the setup. And I'm sure it's going to do well once it's on a service like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it is
I
the
agree.
most... And you watch like, cool.
Carrie and I had a very interesting experience watching
this. There was
this.
a unicorn in the theater.
There was. It was
a lot of people died.
It was a very packed theater, and also one of the more louder theaters I think we've been in a while. Because there was a lot of teens. I couldn't tell if that was like Jenna Ortega fans who had never been to a theater before, or Paul Rudd fans.
That's what I said. I
who'd never been to a theater before. So there was like a lot of just like talking, which was very annoying. But then the weirdest thing, when the movie ended, everyone applauded.
Unanimous applause.
Yes.
Like, not like one guy started and then everyone was like, yeah.
Just
Across
immediately.
the room.
Just immediately, you're like, yes! And so I was like, Carrie's like, I think this was a lot of people's first movie. Like, they had watched Wednesday on Netflix. They're like, you know what? I'm gonna finally check out
Let's
this.
go to the theater.
And they're
Let's
like,
try.
this is what movies are? Oh, yeah! This is it!
I told Ryan I wanted to station us outside the theater and conduct an exit survey of like, why did you come to this movie today? I just need to know like what was the thing that brought you here today. Because we were trying to figure it out. It must be Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd. That's
Yes.
the only thing.
The weird Venn diagram of their fans is like completely unhinged psychopathic teens who don't know how to shut up.
They love the movie.
They did love the movie,
This
and
is
you
the
know
kind-
what? Good for them.
These are the people that are going to keep cinema alive. We got to get them to
We
watch.
gotta get the death
True.
of the unicorn crowds.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that was crazy.
So yeah, judging by that, I think the other thing is our friend, your wife, friend of the show, loves normal movies. If people applauded at the end of this, I think it is a prime candidate for a normal movie that I feel like our wonderful friend would enjoy.
This is the like the higher end of, well, that was a little weird, but it's still a normal movie.
Yes.
I think. Because it's like, it's still weird that a unicorn is there. and
This
killing
is like
people.
the lady who posed like, oh my god, I put bread on my hand. I'm
She's
so
so
crazy. This is that crazy version of that.
Well,
That's the best analogy I've ever come up with, by the way.
I'm so glad. Oh yeah, this movie's exactly what I thought it was, and I don't want to watch it. It's just like the most like, nah, I'm good, thank
Yeah,
you.
you're fine.
Okay. Well, I continue to salute 824. I'm like, what is the business plan here?
I like how they're now like they were the little guy, now they're just a major studio.
Yeah.
Just like from putting out popular movies. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, we'll see. When's that little CG monkey man coming out? A little weird man.
Oh, it's out now.
Oh, it's
OG.
what?
Yeah, it's out now. It's playing at the Alamo doesn't have enough screens, but it's at Marcus Theaters. I
What?
think.
Which movie?
The Legend of Ochi, the one with the little monkey thing.
okay,
and
okay.
Willem Dafoe.
What the fuck?
I think it's out right now. Let me double check.
Well, I guess they also have that Rock movie, right? That's gotta be their big one.
Rock movie.
It's The Rock and Emily Blunt.
Oh, the
Oh,
smashing,
the man.
Smashing
the
Machine.
smashing machine.
I thought you meant a rock. like,
No.
like a
Yeah, it's a
piece of
spin off of
wood.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
It's like rock.
What was The Rock doing this entire time?
Anyways, April. Drop, baby. The new Christopher Landon movie, the director of Freaky and Happy Death Day. Probably another movie I'm forgetting that he did in between of those movies. Anyways, this is a new one of those. Well, not really, but it's a new Blumhouse Christopher Landon movie where it's got a bit. I don't know. He's very good at making like he's good at the Blumhouse pitch, I will say, which is like it's gotta be weird enough that somebody in a movie theater be like, I never thought about that. And then they watch and be like, that was fine. That was alright. So in this movie, we got Megan Faye, who plays a woman who is going on not a blind date, a Tinder date, essentially. She is a mother. She is a recovering domestic abuse victim, who's also a therapist. She's a single mother. She hasn't been on a date in a long time. She kind of doesn't, a little weary of dating men. Hey, what are you going to do? Yeah. And so she's on this fancy date, and she's got her sister looking over her son. And then she starts getting some weird airdrops. Or what? Not Digidrops. Digidrops. My bad.
I love when, because, they couldn't say airdrop in the movie. I love when they try to come up with, the alternative to the feed, Digidrop. It's so funny.
It is funny.
It's always funny. Just I don't know, Digidrop.
But I guess all those memes, are fine. I guess that no one, there was a picture of The Undertaker and AJ Styles. Well, whatever. I don't know. Funny. I don't know. So anyways, they're on this date. Really handsome guy is like, hey, I need you to kill your date here, or else I'm going to kill your son and your sister. Don't tell him that I've told you this, by the way. And so we have this setup. It's what's in a movie like this? Phone booth. No, I don't.
It's a Clue where it's she's in this room and it's clearly one of the people. She's in the restaurant and it's clearly one of the people in the restaurant is manipulating it. It's her trying to
figure out who it is.
Yeah.
It's very Pretty Little Liars.
Sure.
She's getting weird texts. She's like, what am I gonna do?
So I think it's a really interesting setup for a movie. I thought this was fine to bad. I don't know, man. So my biggest problem with this movie is I think it's a great setup. I love a thriller where someone knows something but they can't. I don't know. I just like this whole setup. But the biggest thing that I can't get over this fucking movie, they superimpose the text as if it's a fucking advertisement for the movie where on the right hand side or left hand side it just shows the text that she got on her phone. But it doesn't show said don't tell him. It says don't tell him, boom, boom, boom. As if it's someone saying this movie made me shit my pants.
It looks like pull quotes.
Yeah, it's pull quotes from the trailer. And it's also trying to go for a theatrical whodunit sort of deal, but it doesn't there's moments where she's looking at characters around the restaurant and out of not a diegetic is diegetic when it's within the movie, and so it's a spotlight falls on the character and they look straight at the camera,
right?
It's oh, was it him? Again, a literal whoudunit, was it them audience? I don't know.
It's also the movie begins very all the text show on her phone.
Yes,
it's pretty real grounded in reality. No visual stuff for a solid 30 minutes. Then it just goes really hard with it. And I prefer the more grounded approach just because all the bubble stuff just feels so
scary, real. I don't know. Grounded, it lets you the viewer connect to her situation.
Yeah, you connect more with it when you're looking at it, but I feel filmmakers well, that's boring just cutting to a phone. It's what do you want to do?
You made a phone movie. I don't know what to tell you.
That's just how it is.
But also, it's okay. Again, this is just George complaining that, okay, if you're going to do this sort of you're talking to the audience sort of deal, commit to it. They do that little media, the thing with the spotlight, and they never, do anything with it. It just happens. So it's okay, I'm so confused, man. Am I, the audience? Does this movie know I'm an audience member watching this movie, or am I supposed to feel like this character is going through this for real and I'm watching their plight? What do you want from me? And I could not.
Maybe there was a few more seconds of that scene where the guy was guys, my light went really bright for a second.
If it was Jason Blum talking directly to me like a Rod Sterling, The Twilight Zone, that would be much more entertaining.
In fucking Hateful Eight when Quentin Tarantino hops on the mic.
100%. That would have been much more interesting to me.
That's why this chapter's called Dahmergoose Got a Secret.
So anyways, that's George complaining about it. In reality, the movie's fine. I don't think it just based on the setup of tension and stuff, I don't think it. I don't know. I was never really invested in it. I wasn't like on the edge of my seat. I think the waiter was just annoying. I don't think he was quirky.
How dare
He was funny. I liked him a lot. My main joke was I would love to see an alternate versions movie that's just him doing his first day. And like all the other tables are also having something crazy happen to them. And he's like, this restaurant is crazy. It's a good thing I have so much energy.
It's a good thing I have a yes and attitude for my improv team.
Yeah. So anyways, that's what I thought of it. Carrie, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was pretty fun. It was nothing groundbreaking for me, but I enjoyed it. It was very popcorn thrillery, and I really enjoyed the man she was on a date with. I thought he was very handsome.
He was
and
very handsome.
nice and very
He was
understanding.
almost too perfect. He was almost too that. Yeah, but yes.
What if I told you he collects Funko Pops? Does that equal? Does that even things out, or is that too
I
hard
don't
of
like
a
that.
negative?
That's like-
I don't like that, but again, he's still very attractive, very nice. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all right.
How
it's
many
fine.
Funko Pops?
He has a dedicated
wow.
space for
Oh,
them.
dear.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we all have our thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess no one's perfect.
It's like there's an episode of iCarly where that's the plot, where she's just dating this guy and then he collects Beanie Babies and she's like,
I think
oh,
I
what the
remember
fuck?
that. So yeah, Ryan, what'd you think?
I think this is. I agree with what you both said. I think this is the most entertained I've been of one of this guy's movies in terms of like his comedic writing. Just because stuff like Happy Death Day just didn't always sit with
Crazy
me.
to me that you like this more than Heavy
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just because I feel like the main actors were all good. I like the waiter, very funny guy. It's a nice break from the tension whenever he shows up, like, so I want some appetizers, baby, or whatever he said. So yeah, another very fine movie of the year.
Right.
Yep, this is a fine movie. This is another movie that I felt, again, I don't know, this time has felt like a black hole, but this is already streaming, and I was a little surprised by that. Maybe I shouldn't be. It's been like I guess it's a month. I don't know, it felt really fast to me.
The window is very short.
It is a very short
It's
window.
like 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I think I heard something that studios are trying to keep that, keep stuff in theaters longer.
I don't know what
to stop that, just because it is getting a little crazy.
It's
now.
hard to tell. Again, they don't show the numbers for the digital sales. I don't know. But again, how many people are out there paying $20 to watch Drop instead of going to the movie theater? Because again, this is the most like, sure, fuck it, we'll go to the movies, we'll watch something stupid. Like, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, speaking of going to the cinema, Sinners! Ryan Coogler's new film with Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, this was a movie that I was one of the haters who thought this movie was gonna not do well, but just because I didn't like the trailer. But yeah, this was what a surprise, huh? Ryan Coogler's new movie. This is his kind of a fuck you movie, or kind of I have enough clout. I've done enough correct wins that I can make an original movie that I pretty much creatively have control over. And I can spend a lot of money on it, and we'll see what happens. And turns out the universe resounded, so that was pretty good. So yeah, Michael B. Jordan plays, I guess, a gangster, bootlegger, some sort of criminal, who also has a twin brother, also played, obviously, by him, who went out and tried to make, where was it that they lived?
They
They were in Chicago, I know that.
They were in Chicago.
They worked for Al Capone.
They worked for Al Capone, and before that, they were in the military. And then I think it's like stated or hinted that, on their way back down, they did some stealing from some people.
And they became a little notorious.
Yeah.
Okay. But now they're back home, and they bought a little place where they're gonna have a little club, a juke joint, where they hope to, hopefully become pillar of the community and make money running a club. And then stuff happens, and it doesn't go as planned, but this is a fucking movie, man. This is the most like up the 3-star for me. This is a fantastic vampire movie. where all the actors are having so much fun, and this is a movie with a lot of heart. It feels very handmade. Like Ryan Coogler definitely had like a vision and a time and place, and it just all comes on screen. And then there's vampires. Honestly, the vampire stuff is not even the most interesting stuff for me.
Right.
Just everything about these characters and the goal to put on a show tonight, and let's see how it goes. All that was super interesting. It's not a vampire movie for most of the movie until it is,
right.
And then it's just like, these are river stomping vampires, huh? Interesting. Whatever. Yeah, this movie is fucking awesome. I don't know, Ryan, what'd you think of this?
I was just blown. I believe in cinema. This is one of those movies. It's absolutely crazy. I love the stuff like this where it just feels so like confident in what it's doing. Mm-hmm. At no point do you feel like, because sometimes with like these horror movies, they'll like sneak in, like we'll just do like a little thing because we have this time where nothing's going to happen. Let's sneak in a little thing there. But it's just so committed to the first chunk of this movie, just setting up not only all of our main characters, but like side characters that are also going to be very important for stuff later on. And just really exploring those relationships with
it makes a place. Like, yes, here's the setting.
You really feel that world, that like 30s Mississippi, which doesn't seem like a great place to be, but like crazy. And then like once things like start getting wild and the vampires start showing up and doing their thing, it just becomes a different thing, but also just like so entertaining and crazy. And then like even when all that ends, like the final action sequence is like almost unrelated to all of that, but it's so satisfying and cool at the same time, just because like that was built up like even further away. And it's crazy just how much this movie cares about music too. Is just so fascinating. I really liked a thing that Ryan Coogler said in an interview where he felt that blues might be the most important American invention, and I think there's a lot of truth in that, just because that genre of music just created every other genre of music. It really all started there at that place at that time, and it loves that music as much as it loves all the crazy vampire killing stuff. And it's wild and crazy and does so much cool, interesting stuff. I really wanted to see this in IMAX, but that I don't think that's going to be happening.
Stupid ass Thunderbolts came in.
I think you mean the new...
Carrie?
I loved this movie as well. I thought it was fantastic. The standout scene is like this whole big celebration of music and culture, specifically like Black music and culture throughout history preceding the events of the movie and even bleeding in through the future of events beyond this movie. And it's so cool.
It's like, very cool.
Like obviously I'm sitting there as a white woman watching this, so I'm not connected to it in that deep way, but just witnessing it is so
Some would
beautiful.
say you were sitting down and listening.
I was listening. I shut up and I listened. And then the Mumford & Sons concert is happening outside of the club.
And it's incredibly funny. I think this movie made me think of, there's a documentary. This is going to be a weird pull. There is a Questlove documentary called Summer of Love, I think is what it's called.
That sounds familiar.
Yes, it was a Hulu. Essentially, it was a documentary that Questlove made of this concert that happened in Harlem on the late to mid 60s, where essentially they had like all like the biggest Black acts in the world performing here, and it was essentially put on by the city because Martin Luther King just got assassinated. And all this happened, like all the civil rights leaders kind of got around the same time with John F. Kennedy, Malcolm X, and so there was like a lot of like riots happening. And so what New York, it was in the summer, and so New York decided to do was like, what if we made a party instead for people to not freak shit out? It essentially worked. But point being that was also a moment where you listen to the interviews and the goal of it was like using music to sort of, I don't know, have people just feel free and just get this pent up energy or forget how bad shit is. Just get that out and like feel this positive energy. That's sort of what this movie is. Because again, like we have people here who like don't really get paid in US dollars, get paid in company script.
Yeah.
And they work very bad jobs and it's just not great. And so when you have this moment for like this music to like connect everyone here in this community, and it doesn't matter where you come from or your background, like right here, like you can all feel this, and then it becomes magical. Actually, it's really cool. It's really awesome. Yeah, I think from handcrafted is the thing I keep thinking about, where it's like it's clear that when you just he had a vision, he had an idea, he had the people in place to make it happen. And it's like it's just like a Tarantino-esque, a Scorsese-esque, like just like an auteur, like a director who like, he just made this loving, beautiful, specific thing for you to sit down and enjoy. That even from like, it has a post-credit scene. I think it's a great post-credit scene as well. Like just the way the whole thing wraps around. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. It's the kind of stuff you don't think gets made, and even if it did get made, everyone was like, "Well, no one's gonna watch this shit." And turns out people showed up for it. Yeah, it's a good fucking movie. It's a very good fucking movie.
Loved it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Haley Steinfeld, very attractive.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm on your side on this one, buddy.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I went to see it a second time with my mom, and I was going to share the question that she asked me, which made me laugh, because she was like, "So, are the actors playing the twins brothers in real life?" And I was like, "Well,
I got some crazy news for you."
She was very excited to find out that it was one guy playing both roles, but I love the idea of no, they're just two guys who just happen to be completely identical and they're not related at all. So that was fun. My mom enjoyed this movie. She said it was interesting.
High praise.
But yeah, this I was talking to Ryan about this off the pod, and we're looking at a little bit. We're gonna look at May. It feels like until I guess there's gonna be some other movies that come out late in May. But right now, like this is like the big movie to go out to the movie theater to watch. It definitely has that word of mouth. So I don't know, it feels good. Good job, people. This is the one good thing.
It's nice. I love when a big budget, I guess comparatively big budget horror movie comes out, just because you can do a whole lot with that.
Yeah.
That you don't see a whole lot, and then man, it's just always good. I just keep thinking of that weird. Was it like a Variety article that was like, it's made a lot of money, but it's probably gonna take it in a lot of ways. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. No.
Well, yeah, everyone thought it was not gonna do.
Variety put out an article that's like, Sinners made this much money, but its path to breaking even is still uncertain. But like when you compared like its success to like similar budget films around the same time, it's like
it is
what. It feels a little like you're trying to like kill this thing. It came off very weird.
It is weird.
People dunked on them.
I usually like to be pretty like pro media and pro like maybe I can see where they're coming from, but the hand wringing of this movie has been weird, especially because of the deal that he got, where essentially after a set amount of years, the rights to the movie are gonna go back to him, which is like the deal Quentin Tarantino has for his movies.
And the weird thing that people are like, you got an unheard of deal. It's like, well, like. Yeah, but maybe that's because most things people made are based on IP, and this is his own. And also,
creation. He asked. All he had to do was ask, and he got it. I don't know what to tell you. Why don't you? I guess the fear is like everyone's gonna ask for this. It was like I don't know. He also was like, well, I asked for this one specifically because it's clear that he's like, this is kind of my fuck you movie. Like this is the movie. This is a big deal movie for me. And also, he's only made IP movies of note with Creed and Black Panther.
It's nice to know when a Marvel director makes, the thing for them after doing the thing for him as opposed from the years of doing things for them. Like, it's like, oh, you're crazy talented. Yeah. You are a super talented person who And, you know, the first Black Panther is great. The second one...
Yeah, it's a weird one.
He did his best, given the horrible circumstances of that. I'm curious as to what that third one is going to end up being.
Is there a third one?
Yep, he said I've read interviews. His next movie is going to be Black Panther 3.
Ironheart coming to Disney Plus in a month. Anyways, Until Dawn, baby. David F. Sandberg's Until Dawn, based on the hit PlayStation video game. It happened, and
they did it. Those sons of bitches did it.
These video game movies are happening so fast because I'm so used to, you know, Ryan, like being like, somebody auctioned the script for blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
there was an Elden Ring rumor today.
It's like, all right,
sure, there's gonna be an Elden Ring.
And then it's like, it's here. I was like, oh fuck, Until Dawn. All right. Well, Kara, you're a big fan of the Until Dawn video game.
I do love that game.
Yeah. This is not like that game at all. Almost.
I feel like I have an unpopular opinion about that, though, because I feel like a lot of people...
No, I think it's good. It makes sense.
No, yeah, okay.
It's an adaptation. I don't know what to tell you.
I've heard people be like, it's not like the game at all, but I'm like, if you're playing the game is already a movie in itself.
Yeah,
those... like, the movie...
This is flattering. It's like a movie trying to adapt the actual game stuff.
Yeah, the movie is trying to like give you the experience that you have watching the game of like trying to get the good ending, and it's cool. I thought it was like I don't think.
And they all want to get the perfect game.
Exactly.
Which is like
we
all want to survive.
Ending. Yeah. It's toying with that mechanic and that idea, and there's some like nods to the game. Obviously, there could have been more, but you know. Peter Stormare was there.
Peter Stormare.
I just really wanted that fucking song to be in the movie. I would have turned the hell up if they played that Odette song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this movie is
fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
Summer of fine. 2025 is fine.
It bothers me so much when a video game adaptation comes out of like a more story-based video game and people are because, like, the stories always suck. Like, I know you guys...
Largely, they're not.
I know you guys like the Silent Hill movie, but, like, condensing that story into an hour and a half feels so rushed and weird. And, like, Until Dawn, that's, like, a 10-hour, like, movie.
Yeah. Too long game, also.
There's not really...
Personally.
No.
Okay.
And because of the way that game works, there's not really, like, the game thing's like, okay, let's do a mission. It's like, okay, go...
you're not walking around.
You're not walking around.
And there isn't, like, a definitive storyline either.
No.
Yeah.
Like, the game is, like, a choose-your-own-adventure thing. So if you just straightforward adapt the story top to bottom,
Then you just have, like, the most basic... Because, like, you had just the most basic movie.
Yeah.
And, like, who would... like
then you get, like, antlers that fucking...
Yeah. Would people prefer if they just had a super trimmed out, like, best of Until Dawn movie? I don't think so. And this like, just being a goofy, weird thing...
It's not a great movie, but it's
that's
fine.
Inspired by video game horror movies in general. Yeah. I think that's fine.
I love the story of Until Dawn, and I think it would be cool to have a movie of that, or like just a show or something. But
then it's like
the game has it already. Like,
you can experience that.
Yeah,
it's more interesting that this movie had the challenge. Like, well, how do we adapt a video game where the player gets to choose who lives and who dies into a movie?
Yeah,
and they thought they did a pretty good job.
Cool.
How do you solve that problem?
Yeah.
Again, it's fine. It's goopy, and that's great. I did not expect the fucking...
Very funny.
It got some good laughs.
David F. Sandberg does great YouTube stuff. He made a video before this movie came out talking about how his goal for it was to really explore practical effects.
Oh, that's also this movie. It's like, all right, you have a budget. Like, just do what you want. Do a physical.
And you can tell for a lot of stuff, it's like, okay, there's obviously, explosions and stuff and silly stuff, but like, you can tell for that like little stuff where they could do it practically, they did, and it looks pretty solid for what it was. And the whole, movie's gimmick of, they all die and they all reset, but everything's different. It keeps everything, like, you don't know what to expect. Like, if it was just, the killer from Until Dawn's coming after you every night, then it's just like, okay, well, you know exactly what he was going to do, so there's no tension here. Just, be prepared for him to do this exact thing in this order. But that unpredictability of it makes it more interesting. And you can tell by some of their choices of what they're going to do with that unpredictability that they're just having fun with it because they know it's, they know it's a popcorn movie. They know it's silly and just gory, and that's great.
Yeah.
It's like, it's another totally fine movie. It's another 3 out of 5, obviously, but
it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not at all.
And that video game comparison criticism,
That's what the game is fine.
I get that we want adaptations.
It's like a 7 that people love a lot.
It's like when people get pissed off when the goddamn Last of Us show is literally just the game, except like, well, if they're gonna do just the game, why couldn't they have gotten someone who looks exactly like Joel?
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
So, well, then play the goddamn game. The game's a movie. What's wrong with you?
Anyways, Until Dawn, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Is this his best movie, we think?
Maybe.
It might be.
It might be.
I kind of want to rewatch Lights Out, but I remember...
You gotta rewatch Shazam, baby.
No.
I'll probably skip that.
Yeah, I need to watch
That
his
will
YouTube
exist.
channel for this. That's
Yeah,
fine.
he's a cool dude.
He makes like genuinely really good YouTube videos, like detailing stuff in his movies. It's very interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, Until Dawn. Again, my Letterboxd review as the video game big ass nerd was like, it's really weird to me that this game, because I was interested in it way back when it was a PlayStation Move PS3 game that got canceled, and then they got redone again into a PS4 game that had no expectations. Then it had Rami Malek. It turned out to be pretty good, and people keep playing it, and people keep liking it. And then they got a movie, and that's weird to me.
When I replayed the game before this, because like I knew it was like different, but I was like, I should probably remember what happened in the game in case they do stuff.
I am sad that they didn't have anybody who they accidentally drove someone to die, to kill themselves. Well, not kill themselves, but drove someone to their death by making a fun little prank.
It's just a prank,
Just a prank. But yeah, playing that game, it was so insane that like the killer is, or one of the main characters is, best actor winner Rami Malek, just being like all goobery. It's so funny.
That's a great game.
Also, when I replay that game, I did a very good job keeping everyone alive. I only killed the one girlfriend in the beginning because I pressed the wrong button. But then at the very end, I did something incorrectly and I killed literally everyone. I killed literally everyone except the Panettiere.
That game really is not unfit. Like the last section of the game, like there's so many opportunities to just fuck up 9 hours.
Catastrophic.
Yeah.
If you just go like, and move your controller and the Wendigo's like, and then Mike explodes and everyone dies. Like, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I just messed up one little thing. It's like, well, all your friends that you spent a long time really making sure lived, they're all exploded. They all so dead.
My favorite fucking choice consequence in that game is when they have the Chris and the beanie girl tied up across from each other, and they're like, you can either shoot her or shoot yourself. And if you choose to shoot her, and obviously the gun doesn't go off, and it was all a big prank. But then later, if you chose to shoot her, she sees you getting attacked by a Wendigo outside, and she does not open the door. She's like, nope, I'm gonna let you die. I love that.
Oh, that's Until Dawn. Anyways, May! It's summer, baby! The time for movies. We're here with Thunderbolts! Asterisk. It's the new Avengers.
Damn it!
Fuck!
What the hell?
Yeah. We'll talk about it next month, this motion picture here.
Actually, good things to say about it,
Yeah.
I think.
Another simple favor.
I did not know this was happening until I went on Amazon the other day. I was like, another simple favor.
Right,
and
I
was like,
texted
what?
you about this.
I don't remember that.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Is this real?
I don't
Essentially,
remember.
I was like, is this real?
That was so crazy to me. My brain clearly blocked it out because it was like, this is fake information. This is not real.
That's fair. But yeah, it's real.
Is it? It's also, we were like, I know I watched that movie. The only thing I remember is the insane incest shit. That's all I remember happening.
I can't remember anything other than I thought it was okay. Because it's like, not really an erotic thriller, but kind of that vibe. And I like those movies. I don't remember much about it. No, actually, I don't remember. I thought one of them died. I don't remember anything about this movie.
What do we think the another simple favor is? Is it like,
I don't remember anything about this movie.
Can you pick me up from the airport? Oh no!
I saw one screen grab of Blake Lively wearing a very large hat, and I was like, yeah, that's about what I expect.
No, is it Paul Feig? Is he back?
Yeah.
Oh, he's back.
I mean, I guess, I don't
His
know.
twisted
I bet.
mind continues.
The dark, twisted side of Paul Feig.
Rosario, what's this?
This is a horror movie that is out now. It's about, I haven't seen the trailer, but I just looked at the letter. I just have seen people talking about it, and I just looked at the Letterboxd page quickly because I remembered I put it on the list and then didn't look it up further. But it's about apparently a girl whose grandma dies, and then she gets trapped in the house due to weather, I think it said, with her dead grandma's body, and other supernatural things start happening. I'm like, that sounds fun.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there, and it's unfortunate.
Mm.
So I've heard good things about it. That's why I put it on the list, and I meant to look it up, but I
thought this was a Shudder joint, but it doesn't seem like it. Interesting.
unsure.
Hmm.
It's another one that's playing at the Marcus Theaters right now because
Also,
Alamo
this is
doesn't
like
have
a-
enough screens.
It's like a Latin American sort of deal. It's got a lot of Latin
Columbia, I think.
Oh, this is the one Columbia movie not about cocaine. It's about a scary thing. Okay. The Surfer. What the fuck is this?
This is a Nick
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage,
He's a
baby.
surf bum type, and
Yeah.
is it
He's
is it a John Wick like, or am I thinking of something
I think,
else?
I saw the trailer once, and he's trying to take his son to his childhood beach, but there's some guys who are on the beach, and they're like, hey, you can't come to this beach. And he's like, I'm from here, this is my beach. And they're like, I don't think so. And then he just gets really mad about it and starts beating them up, I assume. It seemed like a
And that's all
thrill-
90
a
minutes.
thrillery
So
type.
he's on the other side of, like, he doesn't need to do all these movies. He just does it now,
Love
right?
of the game, baby.
Yeah, he's just love it. But this one, seems like he's just very available to most independent directors
Right.
who have an okay pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got crazy hair in this one. He's just very blonde.
And it's an hour and a half, also.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah, it seems fun. My mom wanted to see this one too. She texted me and said, do you think that the Surfer movie will be too scary for me? And I'm like, I don't think so. I was like, you watch Sinners. I don't think it'll be any scarier than that.
Oh, man. Oh, well, that's this. Is it a... What was it? Okay, no, I thought it was like a con. It got a con something, but it's just an entrant. Anyways, moving on. Clown in a cornfield.
Yeah, baby.
I'm not a fan of
Finally-
Here's Dark Harvest.
Yeah, we love a good Midwestern horror movie.
Mm.
Cornfields are weird, and people
They
aren't
are
talking about that.
Weird. They are weird.
You don't talk about it enough?
I'm gonna
You
say
drive past them for literally
George,
3
I like
hours.
The concept of a clown in a cornfield, not very. It's not my type of humor, I guess I'll say.
What the fuck?
You and me had clearly 2 different upbringings.
So yeah, this movie is about like a group of high school kids who are having like an end of the year bash at this barn.
Okay, I do like that.
Then they start getting slasher murder killed by clowns.
Clowns?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. So you're watching an early screener of this?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we
Tomorrow,
are.
maybe.
Okay.
It's based on a series of young adult novels. There's 3 of them currently. I've read the first 2.
What are the sequels called? Are they like
Oh,
Clown
fuck
in
me,
my
I don't
attic?
fucking
There's a
remember.
Baby Day show for Clown in a Cornfield Early
Fuck
Access.
yeah, dude. I think
Uh,
it's like Return of Friendo. Let's see. Clown in a Cornfield books.
based on a true story, based on a real clown that was in a
Based
cornfield.
on
I follow the author on TikTok. He seems like a cool dude. He goes into Barnes and Nobles and looks for his books and signs them.
Ah.
Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives.
Friendo.
And Clown in a Cornfield 3, The Church of Friendo.
I like the name
Ah.
Friendo. That's pretty
That's
good.
Friendo
That's
the
a-
Clown.
that's
He's
a
like
good
the
clown name.
mascot of this small town.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
And he loves killing.
He loves to slasher kill people.
Okay.
We love clowns that
Maybe.
do that.
Final,
Allegedly.
Final Destination Bloodlines. The new Final Destination movie. We're back, folks. Yeah, and also probably the last film of Tony Todd. Do we know that? For
I
a
think
fact?
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think he filmed it he finished filming like right before he died,
Yeah.
from my understanding.
So I wish the setup for this movie was not the setup for it, which is that it is a sequel that's actually like, this was the whole setup for everything the entire time. It's all related.
Because we already did that in this franchise.
Yeah. But I like Final Destination, so hey, I'll watch. It's a good time.
I'm excited.
These movies are fun.
This is a good time at the cinema. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, hopefully it's good, but I feel like low-key, that's going to make a fuck ton of money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope so. Both of the trailers for this that I've seen are just, showing the build-up to a kill, and, like, it's just never not fun to see all these weird things from weird angles and, like, seeing the tension of, like, oh, I wonder how this is going to happen, and, like, the way it ends up going is never any way that you could possibly imagine, no matter what. And there's just something so satisfying about that. It's very fun.
Mm-hmm. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, also known as Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 2. Listen, I was not a big fan of Dead Reckoning, but in spirit, I watched that trailer, the first trailer, pretty regularly because that trailer is incredible. So I don't know. I hope this is good. I love the Mission Impossible movies. I love Tom Cruise, Mr. Cinema. So yeah, I hope this is good. Hope it's not stupid. I mean, it was pretty stupid. The last one was pretty stupid. It was what was it? It was an AI that
I didn't see it, but I remember you explaining it.
There's like this
dumb.
it's a super powerful AI who's like devoted to the AI. What the fuck was it called? But like they're at a nightclub and like the AI is like projected on the ceiling. And again, like I don't know who the actor who is the bad guy, but it's like, you will make a great babada for the AI. He's you of the future. Babada. Anyways, it's really stupid. And oh yeah, he needs another key. Oh right, he needs another key. In the first part, he got one key. He needs another key to shut down the AI. The keys make a cross. Anyways, yeah. I'm glad Palm keeps getting paid. Anyways. Friendship. I know this movie, right?
This is the Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd movie where Tim Robinson is kind of like this weirdo who doesn't have a lot of friends, and then he kind of gets close to a new neighbor. Is that right?
Yeah. Or he like moves somewhere. I don't know.
He gets a friend for once, but things kind of don't go the way. And from the trailer, it seems like it kind of delves into chaos.
It just looks like the most heightened anxiety dream of like committing a social faux pas of thinking you're more involved with a friend group than you actually are, and it looks hilarious. I'm so excited.
Yep, this looks great. I can't wait. I'm excited. Lilo and Stitch.
No.
No.
That's a bummer, man.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It feels specifically offensive, but it's a movie that came out while I was like relatively like Lion King and all those movies. Like I watched them as they were on VHS, but they weren't like Lilo and Stitch was a new movie when I was around. And it's a movie that I have very high regard for. It's a 5 out of 5 for me at Disney.
Great.
Like I think it's the last classic animated Disney movie. I mean, yeah, it's better than Atlantis. It's better than Treasure Planet, in my opinion. It's
Let's
great.
not get crazy.
Yeah, I love Lilo and Stitch so much. So
I haven't seen it in a while, but I was telling George this the other day. I remember getting it in my stocking on Christmas and just being blown away by how surprisingly good this movie that I had not heard of was.
And I'm it's sad.
And I have not seen much of this new one. I know Disney is trying to do marketing with the new Stitch 3D model they made.
The Stitch 3D model is my least problem with the movie, to be honest with you. It's like everything else around it's just like soulless. Like why we don't even do this? I mean, no offense to this little girl, you're not as fucking cute as cartoon Lilo with her little little stuffed animal and the fucking yeah, I don't know. Where's Bubbles?
Do you think this Snow White didn't do well?
No, it did not do well.
Do you think that trend of like being tired of these live action Disney
I
stuff
think
will
it's
continue
just that
with this?
who actually cares about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Where Stitch, people fucking love Stitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was like one again. That movie imprinted on a generation of children and girls. And Stitch, he's adorable. You know, he's big in Japan. You can't get enough of that guy. You know about the Labubu Ryan?
Yes.
He's got a Labubu quality, kind of.
He's very Labubu.
Yeah.
I'm so confused right now. I'm so
The
confused.
monsters? Anyways, yeah, that's to say. Karate Kid Legends. Shut the fuck up. What? I've seen this. I realized I said this and I walked past that poster like for months at Alamo, but this isn't. What is this?
This is the new Karate Kid movie.
It's got Ralph. People like Cobra Kai. I don't know. It's a thing.
It's crazy how that was a YouTube Red.
Yeah.
YouTube Red turned YouTube original turned Netflix.
That's the dream, baby.
And then now that is brought into, and that was popularity brought on a new Karate Kid movie after the last one did very bad because it was like I never saw it because I never watched the Karate Kid movies.
Smith's son?
Yeah, that was Jaden Smith
And Jackie Chan.
I know Jackie Chan's in this new one because it's just like it brings the new cast and we're all coming together.
Again, there's 7 seasons of Cobra Kai. I don't know, like fucking people like it. Well, people love Cobra Kai.
I am always astounded whenever there's a show that I kind of know of or haven't heard of at all.
It's really
the 8th season is here, and I'm like, what is this?
It's got multiple video games. Like I was gonna say, like it's not relevant, but it is. It's
deeply relevant.
People like.
It's just how powerful Netflix is.
Yeah,
it's just crazy that came from YouTube Red.
It is
like that still blows my mind. Like that was like you gotta get YouTube Red to watch Cobra Kai along with the new Matt Pat show and watch Shane Dawson do something crazy.
Yeah, dude.
PewDiePie gets scared.
Yeah, that was one of them. Yeah, and somehow that was.
Yeah, that's the one.
Classic.
Crazy.
It's a weird world, folks. It's a weird world. Bring Her Back. This is the new movie from the Talk to Me guys, right?
Yup.
I still have not seen a trailer for this.
Me either.
I would like to not. I'd like to just go in.
It looks awesome.
I just like to go in crazy blind. Yeah. I'm guessing they're gonna try to bring some lady back.
I don't know.
Or maybe that's unrelated.
Sally Hawkins.
Oh, okay. These guys are no longer attached to that Street Fighter movie. Good for them, I guess.
Keep making your weird stuff, guys.
Yeah.
I assume maybe this is the most normal looking movie on the planet.
Yeah, this is actually just like a movie about war.
Oh no!
Yeah. Anyways, that's May, folks. Oh, not May. Well, yeah, that was May, but this is the episode for April. Listen, time's been a thing. April and March. Ryan Lance.
Whoa!
If people wanted to see what movies you're watching,
go to letterboxd.com/filmpiece. Check out what I'm watching. I don't have a trend at the moment. I don't even remember what I watched last.
You watched Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou.
Oh, wild.
You did not.
Yeah, I was going to say, were you a Carrie?
I was like, what the fuck? This is not enough stars.
Where did this come from?
I don't know. I was looking for like a slasher thing, and I was like, let me try the Prom Nights. And I was going to just watch Mary Lou, because I've heard that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I haven't seen the first one.
But then I was like, no, I'll watch the first one. And that's the most boring movie I've... Like, it's crazy. Nothing happens. It's crazy. Like, you see someone, walk. Mm-hmm. And they're just walking for, a long time, and no music is playing.
Not to be a hater, but this sounds like a horror movie you would love.
I know, but nothing's happening. It's crazy. It's crazy. And at the very end, some killing happens. And it's okay. Right. And then the second one happens, and it's a paranormal insanity, and people are blowing up, and it's wow, you didn't really need to do the sequel
that
thing,
movie
but
rocks.
No, it was very fun. It just wasn't, I couldn't give it. I'm not you. I'm not going to try to be. I'm not going to try. Carrie, I'm not going to try to pretend I have your level of quality and taste,
Thank you,
I'm gonna do me and give it 3.5 stars.
I feel like you're patronizing.
Carrie, here's the thing. I'm not. This is genuine. This is respect. I've known you most of my life at this point.
Carrie, where can folks catch up with what you're watching?
You can find me on Letterboxd just by searching my first name, Carrie, Karrie.
So we watched Insidious?
I watched Insidious today. I'm doing an Insidious rewatch. Aren't we excited?
Oh, I was gonna go through some of the Final Destinations I remember liking the most, because I'm not gonna go through
Not
all
the
of
last
them.
one.
No.
Or the one before that.
I might watch the ending scene of the last one
There
and
we
then
go.
start the
I
first
hate
one.
this
No. It was awesome. And watching it with you guys was awesome.
Oh my god. God
So I
damn
think
it.
I might watch the first.
I don't
and the
remember how
second.
pissed off I was, but was I pissed off?
I mean, I had a great time. I think there was some are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
I
okay.
Love it.
Oh my god. Anyways, you can find me at jcruzalvarez26, where I've seen most of the Final Destinations pretty recently, so I don't think I'm gonna rewatch them. I do like watching 3 pretty often. It's probably my favorite.
Probably the best one.
It's definitely the most like
I have
easy one to
good.
watch.
I have good memories of that one because that was the first like.
2 is
R-rated
probably
movie.
the best movie, but yeah,
3 is the
dumb.
3 is the first R-rated movie I remember my parents taking me to.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got
Like
boobs.
they were like, close your eyes for that. But then I saw all the other stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
saw a
whatever.
fucking motor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now like I'm
Open
fine.
Your eyes, open your eyes.
So now I'm fine with gore, but seeing a naked woman, I'm like, oh no, because some weird stuff got imprinted on me.
Actually, I need to find a DVD of Final Destination 3 because I don't know what it was again, but there was like they added like a choose your own sort of thing where they had scenes they shot that were completely different. Like it's completely different from the base movie. Or not completely, but moderately different enough that I was like, this is the height of the DVD where like we're going to make a second version of this movie.
That's fun.
Yeah. That's
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I need to see if I have that at my
movie on
parents'
DVD,
house.
but I don't know if there's different editions.
I think
Would not
I think
have
there's
that.
only the edition that has
because
that.
I think my
Choose
Final
your own
Destination
something.
I think is one of those like
6
5 packs.
threw them
with
in
the
here.
Fucking, with
Yeah.
the fucking post
Yep,
that stacks them all in there.
Yeah. Here's this fucking CD burner thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, J. Cruz Alvarez 26. That's where you can find me. I watched the movie on a documentary on the guy who did the special effects for Jurassic Park. It's pretty good. Yeah. Well, that's a podcast, folks. Until next time, hopefully, maybe it's a little more timely. We'll see where life takes us all and you. But until then, bye-bye.